Moments Klose, 92 rated. The only thing I don't know about him is he still the top World Cup scorer? I want to say he is. I don't think anybody's beat him yet. But an icon of German football. He was, funny enough, not necessarily the most goal-scoring German player in the world, but he was incredible at what he did. Very much a poacher. Very good at scoring just goals. Maybe doesn't go around 50 people and skill, rainbow flick, all of that, but he scored goals, and that's what we want to see from him today. He's a 3-star, 4-star, coming in at about 430. Going out a bit of a limb with him. I'm interested to see actually what are we looking at in terms of price. Okay, as soon as I clicked off it, of course the game's going to crash a little bit. We can't actually go compare price, so you can see he's kind of up and down. So if we can get him out soon and maybe get him for a 470 price, we will absolutely be laughing. But again, more than likely the prices just vary so much, it's unreal. He's a high medium right footed, 6 foot tall with a power header, and again, stat wise, we're going for that engine. Pretty much most icons at the moment, especially on the lower end, are engine based because we get that agility balance upgrade as well as a little bit more on that pace. We've already got relatively good finishing and positioning. You can't really argue with that. You are not going to see a big difference in a +4 or a +3 on any of them, so that's absolutely fine. Again, we'll get 96 pace, 99 acceleration and 93 sprint speed. We'll then also see an increase to 91 dribbling, which is always good, and we'll get a little bit of passing. Nothing too technical there. We have got the 99 head accuracy, so hopefully we will see some crosses in this, as well as then having the 98 jumping. I'm expecting him to be pretty good in the air. The only thing is I'm hoping that he is kind of in that box area for a corner. We did find, I think it was Inzaghi, who again had very good heading, but was never in the box unless you just generic cross. And a lot of the time it's normally corners. So let's have a look. See if Klose is worth 430. I will probably predict that he will drop down price a hell of a lot quite quickly. But for now, let's see if he's worth it. Into Klose. He's going to chip, get a bit. Going to try and chip the keeper from there. I thought the keeper may have came out, but does very well, and that's kind of the strength element of him. Again, not necessarily the most pacey in terms of his animations, but is going to have that strength, and if you can get a shot off from him, I really can't argue. He is sitting in the middle for them headers for corners as well. That's going to be very, very nice. Little ping in. Oh, Nakata's going to go behind everybody. Definitely needed him in the box there. Literally, Klose was peeling forward. I wanted to go in the middle where there was nobody, and unfortunately doesn't break over the defender there. Klose with some strength, holds off as much as he can. And again, you are kind of having to almost not necessarily pass straight away with him, but you definitely don't want him to hold the ball heavily because he's naturally quite a bulky player. Oh, that's got to be absolute finish. Neymar with a ball and a half. Klose is absolutely there for the volley. And that is where you're going to really kind of see the difference between a closer sort of finish and then just your generic striker. In the box, I can imagine crossing wise, you're going to be, if you can nail him, you're going to get it. Get him again, nearly, and I think that's going to be a big benefit for getting crosses into the box. And sometimes it might be worth almost the lack of pace is having that ability of that shot, but then also the crossing ability to just literally win the ball most times. Klose finding Quaresma back in. He's going to spray the play over to Neymar, who's going to get that first touch against Cordoba. Oh, Nakata. Quaresma with whatever that was. Big ball in. Klose with a header. You just don't underestimate that guy. Honestly, heading ability, we are absolute there. 99 is showing massively. 2 corner goals, and he just does not miss from there. Big ball through from him. Kimpembe trying it. Neymar with a very, very underwhelming shot. Klose gets it back, but we're spamming A. Not good enough. Klose. Good save. Donnarumma going for his left foot there, seeing if we could find something from open play with him. Into a bit of Quaresma. Gonna turn. I read that all day long. We should have definitely gone for maybe a fake turn and then carried on, but just tried to get closer in again. He's definitely read it like an absolute book, but you get closer in, like I say, he seems to just not miss. If you can get a clear header on it, you've definitely got yourself either a very, very challenging shot against the keeper or it's going in. Klose with a ball and a half. Quaresma with a finish. That is fantastic football. Klose showing he's not just a striker. He does have a little bit of an assist play as well. Oh, and again, Klose's going to find him in. Pings it across into Neymar. Delane is going to do enough, though. Oh, is he onside? I think he is. Got to try and find it back into Nakata there, but it's just broken down. It's a cracking ball. Just unfortunately there wasn't. I think I screwed up really more the attack and kind of second guessed if A, he was onside, and B, if I should shoot or not. So going into the overall for Klose then. Coming in, like I say, anywhere between, it's like 430 to roughly about 470 at a push. You have seen kind of a very sporadic different buy times. Obviously, this is only the course of 2 days, so he is totally up and down, and if we do manage to sell him for 470, I'd be over the moon. We've made a decent little bit of profit there. I think if we did look at the sales, actually, if we went for 470, we've made roughly about 10k, which... If anybody trades icons, you know that that's still very good for somebody who's not trying to actually trade an icon here. And again, in terms of a striker, he isn't necessarily meta, but what he does have is a very good finish on him. If you can get him into the box, absolutely fantastic, because heading volleys are incredible for him. Yes, his pace, even though with the engine, it actually looks very good. Body type, again, being lean, I think it's just his animations that make him a little bit less animated, a little bit stocky, a little bit bulky, even with the body type. And I think that's down personally to the skill moves. We do have a little bit more extra on that agility balance, but he still does feel that little bit stiff every now and then, and that is just naturally how he's always been. I was very surprised to see that he has got a lean body type. I thought it would be more average more than anything, because he's a little bit stiff at times, and that's what kind of creates that problem with trying to skill defenders. And yeah, he doesn't have the skill moves, but passing wise, can't argue with the short game. With that good engine, it gets it up to 85, and I think that's good enough to get by as a striker. But what really sells this card is A, the heading and the volleys in the box, but then also the shooting. Shooting, if you can get him in front of goal, is fantastic, and that's what a lot of the slower less meta icon strikers have, is incredible finishing. And not saying Eto'o, Drogba, all of them in the topper tier don't, but this is what they mainly focus on. They may not have the pace, the skills, the dribbling, but they have the finishing, the core aspect of scoring. That is what they do possess, and Klose does have that. In terms of price, I most definitely wouldn't be paying anywhere near 450 for him for my team. I would be waiting until he's definitely dropped down. As we know with the prime, 111k, we are just paying for a dynamic and a brand new card at this point. So most definitely he will drop down, probably to about 250 at some point, but it may take a couple of weeks, or just wait until the moment's icon pick comes out, or pack, whatever comes out first. That then will drop these prices massively, because they will be packed so many times it's going to be unreal. But Klose, I think as a striker, you can't argue his finishing ability. It is just naturally the kind of all-round game that strikers now possess, the Mbappes that can literally take the ball from the halfway line and just do wonders with it. Unfortunately, strikers like this can't, or at least can't every single time. Sometimes you can, but overall wise, I'd be looking at about a 9 out of 10 to give him a fair rating. Yes, his dribbling not necessarily up there with skills, but pace was okay. Finishing was fantastic. Definitely the heading, solid, absolutely solid. Composure, nice. Passing wise, about average. So for me, a 9 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think. What would you pay for Klose? And hopefully you enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.